bordered by Nicaragua to the north, Panama to the southeast, and the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea on either side. The country of Costa Rica sits at the heart of Central America. One of the most prosperous and politically stable countries in the region, Costa Rica has had a long-standing democracy, while also boasting a highly educated workforce. Known for its mountain ranges, volcanoes, beaches, and varied wildlife, Costa Rica's rich biodiversity makes it a popular destination for eco-tourists. An area traditionally known for its production of agricultural goods such as bananas and coffee, its economic diversification has seen Costa Rica earn over $1.7 billion each year from tourism. In addition to the country's beautiful natural wonders, it also has a rich history. Costa Rica has been inhabited as far back as 5000 BC by indigenous people and was also one of the locations visited by Christopher Columbus in the early 16th century. The country's numerous ancient ruins and more modern architecture make it a wonderful place to visit and admire. Today we're going to take a look at 10 of the coolest buildings and works of architecture in Costa Rica. Number 10. The National Theater of Costa Rica. We start with the 1,140-seat National Theater of Costa Rica, situated in the country's capital in downtown San Jose. The building's construction started in 1891, and on October 21, 1897, a performance by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe was the first time the theater was open to the public. The National Theater presents high-quality performances, with artistic criteria being very high in the building, which is stood as a cultural asset. The building, known for its exquisite interior, including its lavish furnishings, is considered the finest historic building in the capital. The theater has a neoclassical architecture style and includes statues of Ludwig van Beethoven and Calderón de la Barca at its entrance. Today, the theater is a popular tourist attraction and still holds performances several times a week, most notably by the National Symphonic Orchestra. Number 9. The Church of Our Lady of La Merced. Iglesia de la Merced, or the Church of Our Lady of La Merced, is one of the most beautiful churches in San Jose. The 19th century Catholic Church has a German and Gothic revival architecture style and features a tower, several stained glass windows, and ornate tile work. The base of the inner walls has a veneer of marble with mosaic floor. The church has several elements such as rosé gardens, the previously mentioned stained glass windows, and paintings on the inner walls. The Church of Our Lady of La Merced has been recognized as the historical architectural heritage of Costa Rica since 1996 and is one of the most recognizable buildings in the city. Number 8. Santiago Apostol Parish Ruins. Switching gears to an area with a vast history, we have the Santiago Apostol Parish Ruins, a Costa Rican heritage site located in Cartago. Several churches have existed on the site since the year 1575. Many of the previous churches and chapels were destroyed or severely damaged by earthquakes. It was in 1870 when the last attempt to build a church on the area would start. However, construction was halted for over 30 years, and it wasn't until the early 1900s where the building was being worked on again. Unfortunately, after the Santa Monica earthquake in 1910, the church's construction was completely canceled. The remaining structures are not technically ruins in the strictest sense, since the church was never actually complete, but they are still beautiful works of architecture that has become a popular tourist destination. The Santiago Apostol Parish ruins were declared a historic relic in a presidential decree in 1982. Number 7. The National Museum of Costa Rica. The National Museum of Costa Rica takes us back to the nation's capital, San Jose. The museum is situated in the Bella Vista Fortress, a building which was originally used as a military barracks, most notably in the 1948 Costa Rican Civil War. In fact, tourists today can still see hundreds of bullet holes in the walls of the building built in 1917. The museum opened in its current location in 1950 with the intention to, quote, deposit, classify, and study natural and artistic products. Tourists in the museum can find a wide variety of displays on the country's history and culture, including many historical objects from the pre-Columbian era through the Spanish arrival. The National Museum of Costa Rica represents a large collection of both past and current history of the country. And let's not forget about the wonderful building and former military base it is located in. – 6. The Blue Castle. The Blue Castle is a The Blue Castle, or Castillo Azul, is one of the 4 buildings that belong to the Legislative Assembly of Costa Rica and houses the presidency of the Congress. The elegant 2-story building, built in 1911 with neo-colonial Mediterranean-style architecture, is one of the most symbolic structures in the nation's capital of San Jose. The Blue Castle presents Italianate-style elements, including semicircular arches, balustrades, corbels, columns, and much more. It has served as the presidential house in the past and as the seat of embassy of the United States. In 1989, as part of the celebration of the centennial of the Costa Rican democracy, the building was acquired by the government of the Republic to form part of the Legislative Assembly. In 1976, the Blue Castle was declared a national monument and historical architectural heritage of the Costa Rican nation. Number 5. The Post and Telegraph Building of Costa Rica. The Central Post and Telegraph Building of Costa Rica is one of the most historically emblematic buildings in San Jose. It is one of the few buildings left standing from what was originally the center of the founding of the city of San Jose. Currently, the building holds the headquarters of the Costa Rican Post Office and is home of the Costa Rican Postal, Telegraphic, and Philatelic Museum. The building was designed by Spanish architect Louis Locke, a man known for his impact on Latin American identity, using a neo-Renaissance architecture style. On October 14, 1980, the building was recognized as Historical Architectural Heritage of Costa Rica by the Ministry of Culture of the Republic. Number 4. The Church of Orizazo. The Orizazo Church, also known as the Colonial Church of Orizazo, or the Church of San Jose de Orizazo, is a Catholic Christian temple and parish located in the district of Orizazo. Although this building may not look as impressive as previous entries to this list, the Orizazo Church is still an interesting structure and is one of the oldest buildings in the country, dating from the time of the Spanish colony. The Orizazo Church was built by a group of Franciscans in 1767 and is a typical colonial-style architecture. The building is a mission-type construction which integrates the church and the convent through a corridor made of thick walls of adobe and masonry. The one-story building is divided into 3 naves while also having a bell tower on the northwest side. For over 100 years, the Church of Orizazo has been a historical architectural heritage of Costa Rica, and it was declared a national monument in 1985. Number 3. The Fortuna Feredia. The Fortuna Feredia is a tower-shaped building in the center of the city Heredia. The fort was built in 1867 by Fray Gutierrez, the commander of the plaza and governor of the province. Amazingly, Gutierrez made the design of the work himself without being an architect. The tower was originally supposed to be part of a larger project, including 3 additional similar towers. However, the construction was apparently suspended due to lack of financial resources. The Fortuna Feredia has an eclectic style of architecture, with 3 very defined parts, which are the quadrangular shape at its base, the cylindrical shape in the middle, and the octagon ring at the top. The structure is made of mostly brick, while also containing elements of stone, mud, and lime. The Fortuna Feredia was declared a national monument in 1974. Number 2. The Jade Museum. Museo del Jade Marco Fidel Tristan Castro, or just Jade Museum for short, is an archaeological museum in San Jose and is one of the most distinctive buildings in Costa Rica. The museum, founded in 1977 by Fidel Tristan Castro, the president of the National Insurance Institute of Costa Rica, is home to the largest collection of American jade in the world. Jade, as seen here, is a mineral commonly used as jewelry and for ornaments and art. In total, there are over 7,000 items on display in the Jade Museum, most of which are dated between 500 BC and 300 BC. Jade was crucial during this period of time, as pre-Columbian cultures often traded jade with the Olmecs and mines to acquire other raw materials. The museum building is architecturally unique and is actually made to resemble a block of jade stone. The Jade Museum is a historically important and remarkable treasure of Costa Rica, offering a truly world-class experience for its visitors. Number 1. The Basilica of Our Lady of the Angels. The Basilica of Our Lady of the Angels is a Roman Catholic basilica in Cartago, dedicated to the Virgen de los Ángeles, or the Lady of the Angels. The original basilica was built in 1639, but was partially destroyed by an earthquake. The basilica has since been restored and includes a unique mix of 19th century Byzantine style with colonial architecture. The basilica is consecrated to the Virgin Nuestra Señora de los Ángeles, a small representation of the Virgin Mary carrying the infant Jesus. Tradition states that a statue of the Virgin Nuestra Señora guided the locals on where to build the basilica. This statue was originally found on a rock by a little girl, and it was at this location that the current basilica now sits. At the beginning of the month of August each year, the basilica is the object of an extensive pilgrimage by somewhere from 1 to 3 million people, who walk from various areas of the country. People also often stop into the basilica for prayer, or drink the water from the rock on which the statue was found. This breathtaking basilica is certainly one of the coolest buildings in Costa Rica. Thank you for joining us, taking a look at 10 of the coolest buildings and works of architecture in Costa Rica. Let us know what you think, and which building was your favorite. If you liked the video, consider subscribing and taking a look at the other content on our channel. Have a good one.